We are looking at zero causes of why, hell is created, and we're in the stage of truth right now. Everybody's starting to find out, oh, here's the truth. I've been woken up to the truth. And it's like, no, you're only woken up to a small little window of the truth, and then you view the whole world based on this one little window of truth that you've got. And then what are you going to do? You're going to go out and start, arguing with people. I see that in myself. It's like, okay, I have this big awakening, have this big truth. And what am I doing? I'm watching other people's videos. I'm seeing where they're wrong, dead friggin' wrong. Why? Because I believed as they believed, kind of played that game out, kind of see how it's wrong. Won't make a comment unless I absolutely know without a doubt that I'm right. And I'm only, feeling as confident as I do because I have a little bit of experience in it. But that's just creating an argument. That is like, I'm creating it myself. It's like, this is the sin that I commit. As long as I'm out there and I'm going to disagree with somebody else and sort of push my concepts on other people and push my beliefs on other people, if they're looking from their own little view, their small perspective, they're going to just come at you and attack you. So when you want to go out and save somebody, when you see this guy that looks so amazing and I'll just, fix him, or somebody else is there trying to save you and they accuse you that you're wrong, but you think that you're just going to get engaged in the conversation and try to prove that, no, your judgment in me is wrong, let me explain. That is abuse. I mean, that is exactly where I went wrong in all aspects of the abuse that I was experiencing. I was born having an all-knowing. I was born knowing what love was. I had 3 years of knowing what God was. I played with God. I knew God was all about being good. I appreciated all of the animals, the nature. I mean, what was going on in my mind when up until the time I was 3 was so filled with God. So filled with love, so filled with doing good unto other people. And then I started getting beaten. My parents started to beat me. And then all of a sudden the name calling started coming out. I was lazy. It was like I was a kid that was wet in the friggin' bed. What kid does not have that problem? There's a cause to that problem, but nobody wanted to look at that cause. And I'm just friggin' 3 years old. What do I know? I'm just a kid. But there was a reason. And in order to find the causes of some things, you have to look at when something started and what life-changing event happened in that time. Well, guess what? My brother was born at that time. As a 3-year-old kid, guess what? I was jealous. Did I know that at the time? Hell no. In my mind, I never gave it any thought at all. I was this loving kid. Everybody loved me. I was always happy. Everybody was saying amazing things about this kid, how good this kid was. And then my brother was born. Do you think that maybe that all that love that was coming at me was kind of gone? Did it not affect me on a subconscious level? Hell yeah. I started wetting the bed. Did I do that intentionally? Did I start wetting the bed saying, hey, I'm going to pee every night? It's like, no, these are things that happen on a subconscious level that you don't even know what the hell you're doing. But, we as parents, we don't know what caused that. This is like going back, 48 years ago? What did doctors know back then? Well, back then, doctors told my parents that your child is disobedient, she's lazy, you need to beat the hell out of her. So every day I woke up with a spank. It didn't work. Kind of made me even more mad. Kind of taught me more about a lack of love, but I didn't fall into it. I didn't, get angry. I still had this God experience that, okay, God, what's going on here? What, kind of lead me down, and so it was like, okay, you just need to have understanding. So I would ask, well, why are you doing that? When they would tell me, doctors are telling me that, then they would tell me the church is telling me that hey, the church says that you need to beat your kids, so we're beating our kids. Kind of knew that. Then they would tell me about, well, when I was young, my parents used to do this to me, so I kind of knew right away at the age of 3 that, okay, they're doing what they know. Their parents taught them how to beat them. Their parents taught them how to be abusive. So now they're going to do what they know want to be. So totally easy to forgive them. I mean, even if you were a kid, it's not rocket science to understand that you're only doing what you know. But it's hard to reflect on yourself. So it's not like I knew how to solve my wedding problem. You know how it ended up getting cured? My parents ended up showing me a bit of love. They put me in a bedroom that was right beside them. You know, they thought that it was the warmest room in the house, and they thought that providing me with warmth, which ultimately does work, because if you calm the nervous system down, heat tends to calm the nervous system down. So that ended up working, and putting me right beside my parents kind of showed a little bit of love, you know, and poof, magically it just disappeared. So you can kind of see that, yeah, okay, the medical problems that I was dealing with as a kid that ended up this abuse was caused because there was a lack of love going on. Nobody knows how to experience love. Nobody knows how to share love. Nobody knows how to say good things or build another person up, you know, so it's not being experienced. But if they kind of know, even by accident, they start doing it, then it kind of solves a little problem. But my parents didn't know what they were doing. Even after this medical experience was fixed, they now were trained. You know, doctors told them I was lazy. So what did I hear all my life? I'm lazy, you know. So what did that make me do? Work friggin' harder. I was the hardest friggin' working person. I'm a workaholic. You know, I used to work when I started getting medical problems with my arms. How did that happen? I was living off 1 to 2 hours a day trying to feed my children and work hard, because the system says, oh, just work hard. Oh, just be smart. Get an education. I was getting an education and trying to be in a court from a deadbeat who didn't want to financially support his children and wanted me in court and in jail. So I had to be in court 24/7, or else studying the law 24/7 while learning a programming and raising 4 kids. You know, so, you know, what was left? You know, 1 hour of sleep. And, you know, I would do it because what? I'm not lazy. I will work hard. The system's not going to beat me down. I will prove it. So, at the end of the day, what I learned is stop proving anything to anybody. You know, it's like if somebody wants to believe something, then let them believe it. And I'm really going to stop voicing my opinions. I'll watch a video just to see where the mindset of the globe is right now, but I'm really going to stop voicing my opinions because on comments, because it's you know, if you engage in that, it's just a confrontation. And you know, in order for me to understand the things that I did, you can get involved in an educational type conversation. You know, if there is a positive, loving environment, you can exchange information so easily. Have you ever been involved in a conversation where you have an opinion and the other person's sort of receiving your opinion, and then they have their opinion, which may even be, you know, different than yours, but there's a flow of energy going on, and when you finish that conversation, the two of you end up being smarter. So there is a way of learning and learning from each other and finding out what this big picture is all about. But there is a way of doing it through an evil way. And I gotta tell you, I participated. Look at my videos and look at the conversations. Well, this guy's accusing me of something. Guess what? You know, he's put this negative energy on me. I gotta defend and prove him wrong. And then he's doing this to me and I'm doing back to him. And you know what? It's just an exchange of negative energy. He is filled with Satan in that conversation, and so am I. You know, so it's like, biggest lesson. Anybody that's preaching, hey, learn about Jesus. I'm the one that knows all of it. Yet, you know, go follow death, and, you know, Armageddon's a good thing and you're going to be saved after death. Jesus will save you. You know, you don't really have to stop sinning. Stop sinning, but to be human means not to sin. I would only listen to somebody who does not sin at all. Not 1 ounce of sin, and then you got some advice I'll learn off of. And I ain't the one that's saying that I'm not a sinner. I got to stop this friggin' smoking. I got to stop having conversations with people like that and feel that I needed to be accepted by people like that. I'll continue.